It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show.
Yeah, it is. G'day, Liam here. Sorry, Tina, your headphones up a bit too loud there, I think. I startled you a little bit there. Yeah, noticed that. Yeah, might just bring that one down a little bit. Yeah, good times. No ailments for me. Stomach seems to be sort of on the mend, which is good. And no business to attend to. Ben?
Present, quick tidbit, excited for today's Brownlow. We'll get to that when we get to it, but it's been hand-selected by me. And the only ailment would be my mic stock, which have our names on them. You'd see them when you watch the videos that Jack makes. The B has fallen off of my mic stock, so now it just says N.
No, but E and then N to confuse you even further. It's not just the letter N.
Yeah.
N.
So I'm working on getting some glue to fix that.
Well, it's just good for me because now I'm
True. Yeah, you know, you're Ben and I'm N.
No, you're Newbin.
Oh, yeah, true.
You're Newbin, which someone made a meme for.
Yeah, I saw that.
Arvin, I believe, made a meme
Thanks,
for that.
Arvin.
So is that going to be fixed before the show tonight?
I'm hoping on getting it sorted.
Because if it's not, you do have to anchor the show as N, Liam, and Belle. And
Yeah.
so-
I don't reckon people notice that. Yeah, Liam Bell. Like if you just sort of like, you know what I mean?
True.
I mean, Scud, you know that there's some tech issues at the moment. The tech team's working very hard to fix.
Yes.
But I told them to stop all that to get me some glue to fix
Great.
my
Or-
So we might not go on air,
Yeah.
but your mic stock will say Ben.
N. I mean, N. Have you thought of even maybe phantom taxing Belle's B?
Oh,
And then it could be
Yeah.
Ben, Liam, and L.
Yeah.
To be fair, you could use my M and my I and smash them together. Like you could actually make it be
Lar and Belle.
Yeah, I like this guy. It's a bit of creative solutions.
Yeah.
Could you, when you glue it back on, just put it a little bit skew-if?
Yeah, I can
Just
do
to
that.
make it a little bit...
Yeah, and then the heads that watch the videos will see
Yeah.
it slightly skew if that
They'll get
they'll
it,
know.
and they'll go.
Yeah.
that crazy N.
Yeah.
No, hang on. Yeah, like N as in EN. Good stuff. Belle.
Hello, present. No business or tidbits, but I do have a hectic headache at the moment.
Oh dear.
So,
Now, Ben
yeah.
Newbin, that is. You're not familiar with these yet, I believe, but they're known in the team as the world
Migraines?
famous. Yeah, well,
Yes,
yeah.
but it's not that. It's just a headache.
Oh,
But
okay.
that, you know,
Yeah.
headaches lead to.
Oh, no. When I get
like
a
a gateway
migraine,
drug.
Ben, I'll literally stand up and I'll say, I'm getting a migraine.
I declare
Hooroo.
migraine.
Because then I lose my sight, so I have to go sit down for a bit. And then when my sight comes back, then I can drive.
How do you know where to go sit down?
It's horrendous. I literally have to try and quickly find somewhere
It's like vertigo.
before.
And that's not anything to joke about, is it?
No.
Did you get vertigo, Ben?
Yeah, real bad.
Hello.
Just like to refer to my own
Vertigo.
previous
I
comment.
thought only like really old people got vertigo. So
What is that like?
So Scudder must have it. How do you?
Is it? Do you get it?
You
do
feel
get
like you're
it
falling, right?
in high places? You get dizzy.
I've only had it once. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
But it was just like I couldn't move. I couldn't stand up. Like everything was just like... It was
Spinning.
It was actually quite scary. I got rushed to
Do
hospital
you
once.
get-
I couldn't see, couldn't
Oh
think.
wow!
Yeah.
And they diagnosed that as vertigo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
World
wow.
famous vertigo, even.
Jesus, how the hell are we supposed to do this show with half the team's just like,
Oh, no, I'm fine now.
it's coming on, they just like they all fall onto the ground. They're like, head, you know, we're just like, all right, well, I suppose we've got to do the phone, huh?
Okay. Well,
It's obviously, don't, you know, let's not make jokes about vertigo.
Tina,
It's very serious.
pop quiz. If Ben goes down with vertigo during a live show and we've just done a solicit, do you A, give him medical attention, or B, field the calls that are coming through?
Or
Oh,
C.
B, always.
sorry, man. I think that's what Ben would want, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what you'd want.
No. I'd like help.
We once had to call an ambulance on Belle.
Yeah. Well, only because of protocol. That was so excessive.
It sounds like I called an ambulance on you, like you've called the cops.
Yeah,
No,
like,
I-
well, hang on, we didn't call that. I think was when we worked with the
You
ABC.
absolutely didn't call them. No.
There was a lot of people there. We thought we were just kind of being cumbersome to the situation.
It was ABC protocol that
We've
so
gotta do it.
I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna faint, and so I lay down on the ground.
You basically did faint. You did
Yeah,
faint.
and I was like, oh no, and then we were like mid-meeting, like planning for the show, and literally the boys were at the computers and went, okay, and just kept like
There's your
typing it
first
in.
No,
Option
no,
B, the show has to be
Which
planned,
is
you know?
fair, and I just said, I'm just let me go
Come
for a
over
bit.
here.
Yeah. No, Belle,
yeah.
she went down. So we were planning a show. She went down And then a bunch of people came over to help. And then we said, well, we're going to go record that bit because we're not much help here. Because we were just in the way.
Yeah,
Time
totally fair.
constrained.
Totally
Yeah.
fair.
And it's, I actually think from memory, it was one of the first. We was sort of pretty fresh working together, I think. And I
No,
think
it was International Women's Day. It was in March, and I started with you guys in July the previous year.
Okay.
And it was the day that I had produced a show that wasn't you guys. So you hung your hat on the fact that I had produced a show that wasn't you, and therefore I fainted.
yeah, right. Because I was about to make a joke about how we were working early together, and you read one of my skits and fainted because it was so funny. So that's what I was working into. But I mean, it seems I'd made that joke 5-6 years ago. So well done to me back then. But it's good to know I still think the same way. Ben Newman.
No business.
You're not feeling.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Is the sky falling down on us?
No,
or-
I'm all good.
Okay.
Yeah, no ailments. I'm fine. Very good, actually.
Wonderful.
All right,
Wonderful.
mate.
No need to rub it in, eh? Feeling.
One of the best, actually. Yeah, feeling too good.
Tina.
Howdy. No ailments. No biz.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man.
Here.
Yeah, love that. Scud, how are you?
Yeah, present. I'm feeling all right, actually. Yeah, no major ailments. One little tidbit. I got home last night and I was so proud of the skit that we made
Yeah, that was
yesterday.
a fun one.
The Adult Bluey skit. I got home and my wife
Thank you for
was
pausing.
almost asleep and I woke her up to play it too.
It's funny you say that
And
because
she was stoked.
I love that.
She was like, oh my God, thank you so much for waking me up. This is the best thing I've ever heard.
I'm sure she was.
it's funny.
Exactly what she said.
I didn't go to the effort of playing it, but when I call Sarah when I like drive home, and she's like, "How's work?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's good." Like, but I was like, "Oh yeah, we did," and I like went to great detail and explained. I basically voiced the skit back at her.
You did an a cappella.
It was like, "Oh, it's at the dog track at the dish lickers. We've had to put your mum down." They're like, "No, mum."
The
like
best
pitch
bit
perfect for
of the
skits.
skit, which Liam mentioned off air when it was on, and I totally agree with him, was, and I thought it was Liam, but it was Scudder.
It was
the
me.
behind the scenes of the skit. Was Scudder in the back when they were cutting to the dog track audio, and it was Scudder going, "Go on, kick,
Kick.
kick."
Such funny.
We were actually gonna
Telling things to kick is
we're actually
hilarious.
gonna do a team day. We're gonna do a team day at the dish lickers.
Yes, we were.
Remember that?
A long time ago, yeah.
I mean, it never happened. We were going to go. You said you wanted to take me because Ben grew up around the track. What is it?
Angle Park.
Angle Park.
Angle
but what is
Park.
the
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, it's so funny. With one of my
It's a Thursday night. They had a restaurant called Chase's Restaurant.
That's right.
And it was all you could eat, and there was just tons of honey chicken. And I used to go there every Thursday, and I used to just eat so much honey chicken.
Load
All you can eat stress me out, dude.
Yeah.
Was that like a flat fee? Like what kind
Yeah,
of payment was
yeah,
it? So you
yeah.
pay in your... Was there a minimum? No?
No, I don't know. My mum and dad paid for it, but I was quite young. But I just remember going and eating all you could eat.
You were
honey
spending your
chicken
pocket
on
money on the
Thursday.
dogs.
So they didn't. So there was 2 nights. Monday night was like that was like the proper that was like the smaller races, and then the big ones were on Thursday night.
Did you ever
So
go
we
to-
used to go Monday and Thursdays. But Monday nights, Chase's was closed, and it was just like counter meals and stuff. But I used to always get the gravy rolls. So do like beef and gravy roll.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, it's good.
I've only been to the dog track once. Wentworth, is it?
Yeah,
Is that
we went to
Sydney?
the big one,
Yeah.
big one in Sydney.
And it was a big night and I'd never heard the national anthem sung with more passion.
Oh,
People just
wow.
like crying and stuff. I just love this country and the dogs.
Fun fact, the first time I ever saw Hamish and Andy was they came to Angle Park on a Thursday night to race Fred Bassett, and I didn't know who they were. And I was like, who are these 2 guys with cowboy hats? And there was like hundreds of people were crowded around them. The next day at school, I was talking about it. Someone was like, oh, that was Hamish and Andy. And I was like, who? And they're like, you got to listen to them. They're on the radio. And then that was when I started listening to them.
I don't know if you get away with having your own greyhound these days.
You
probably
cop
not.
a bit of flack.
Oh,
from
yeah,
it.
you copy the heat.
Yeah, the fact that I used to love Fred Bassett is wild.
Go on, Fred, kick, you bastard.
What about the comic? What about the comic strip? Are you okay with that?
Oh, that was the best segment of the week.
Talking
by
dog? No, I don't care about the segment. Did you read the comic?
No,
From
no,
way
I
back?
only heard it through that segment.
It was so
Fake
funny.
fan.
Yeah, I went to a Bucks show earlier in the year, and like my mate's uncle had come from the UK for the first. He'd never been to Australia before, and so he was staying with his brother. And I was like asking, I was like, oh, what do you think of, like Australia? He's like, yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's like Billy's taken me around a bit. I've been around a bit. It's beautiful, Adelaide. It's lovely. Angle Park. He took me to Angle Park.
Angle Park is just a dog track, and then next to it is Wingfield, which is the dump.
I know, and he was like, this is
Yep.
freaking lovely. Look at this.
Where's he from in England?
Millwall.
Okay.
Millwall. It's not the nicest place in the world. He's like, bloody hell, I could live here.
That was the industrial precinct
That's
of
Wingfield.
Adelaide.
It literally smells of bin. It's like, I think that area is known for bin, prostitution.
Yeah.
Why prostitution if there's a dump?
No, it literally is.
It's just.
Well, I mean,
it's
you're not going to look for anything.
What's the road called? Hanson Road.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Prostitution. It's like the
Because of
it's
people
like,
coming from the track?
It's just the
No,
truckies.
it's just a rough area.
I think it's the it's like the red light district of Adelaide.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But just more bins.
Not a tourist destination.
I know I'm not really selling the great state here, but that's just if you're from Adelaide, you'd know that.
They do a good job of getting it all in the one spot.
Yeah, it's better. It's better in
real
that one
highlight.
spot than spread out over many suburbs.
Yeah.
So I had my buck show actually.
Hey, in the
You
bin.
did, yeah, you did.
No, yeah, because
The shed, yeah.
yeah, my friend's dad, a family friend of ours, has a sheet metalwork business, and so he cleared out the warehouse and just went and helped.
And then couldn't make it in on Monday.
Well, no, yeah, we had the day off because it was Belle's birthday, I think. So last
That's
year.
right. We've
Because
talked about
Liam was in a shed in Wingfield.
Is that before or after you went to the strippers?
I didn't go to the strip. In fact, I had you were at my bucks and there was no strippers
Was it
there.
hard in Wingfield to kind of get them off you? Like,
I know.
Because when you go to Hanson Road.
Can I say that as well? I don't think we actually said that. On,
Said
but,
what?
This, you know how you've like.
Sorry, mate, no time to explain. We've got to do this.
Didn't get to Jack.
I'd actually forgotten it was a good bit.
I didn't get to Jack, and I had actually a story worth sharing.
Go on.
Ben and I speak at the Australian radio school quite often.
Oh, yeah.
And
Shout out Sean Craig Murphy.
yes, it's Ben and I did it in like 2014. We talk quite often. Anyway, that we did it like last week, and we're talking to say 20, 30 students on like a Zoom
Shit,
call.
the classes have gotten bigger.
Yeah, there was a big
Yeah, it's
class.
like a big class.
Holy
yeah.
crap.
And Ben decided it'd be a good time because they said, "Oh, like, is there certain things that you can't share or like you feel?"
Yeah, they said, is there stuff that you don't talk about on air? Like, is there no-goes?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
But
Great
realistically,
question.
we're like, not really. If someone's like, "Hey, I've got cancer, please don't tell everyone." Like, obviously, you wouldn't talk about that. But like, you know, none of us have cancer, by the way. I know that feels like
what an
not that I know of. Not that I know of.
But
But
we wouldn't talk about it.
Ben was like, "Oh, well, like Liam's like actually cool. Like, he really likes strip clubs, and he doesn't like when I talk." And I was like, "Dude, these people don't know me from a bar of soap." And I was literally like, I'm like, "Yeah, but I actually don't." And then like they were like laughing and stuff. I'm like, "This guy's think that I'm just this dirty bastard." That's so funny. And then I was like, to sort of diffuse the situation, I kept making jokes about like myself about it. And then after because there was a girl who was like, "I actually met you once," and I was like, "Oh no, like where did you meet me?" And she'd met me at Shotgun Willie's which is a place in Adelaide, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to tell you where I went after," and I like touched my nose, and then I was like, when I finished the call, I was like,
That's part of the problem.
"Do you reckon they just thought?"
Such
Like,
a creep move.
Yeah, I know, but I was making a joke because of what Ben said. It was like a callback, but then I'm
might
like,
have been the Ripper.
I wonder if they were like talking in the class after, like, he really does look like that. He was
Yeah,
like-
just a buzz in the classroom
You've
after
got
you
like
got off.
Stockholm syndrome about the joke.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Did someone else ask you the other day about you going to the strippers? I swear there was something else.
In
Someone...
the Alpha Squad? Someone.
People mention it on the Snapchat.
No,
a bit.
Sarah. Didn't Sarah say something where she was like, "Why is everyone?" Oh, yeah,
No,
because of the
yeah.
Alpha
Sarah
Alpha Squad.
asked about. There was a post in the Alpha Squad that said, "Hey, Liam, I'm coming to Melbourne in a couple of weeks.
Look, if you want
Any
to know,
good rippers you'd reckon?"
Yeah,
If you wanna
sometimes
know-
they do that. Sometimes people have been replying to our Snapchat saying, "Oh, it looks like Liam's off to the Rippers."
yeah. If you want to know where the good ones are, just do it over Snapchat, so it's a bit more discreet. Liam will get back to you on the.
Yeah, and I'm here, by the way. No, I just
Never
your
been to one
finger
in
is
Melbourne. Never been
hovering.
to one in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I'm here. No business, no ailments.
Nice.
We've had roofs and eggs, hats with the fur, berries and hogs with the fur, Okay, it's time. On Wednesdays we do the brown low.
Yes, so it is Tuesday, and I forgot what day we did it when I recorded the intro. I don't know if you've heard that before, Newman. But if Belle
First and
has
last.
now updated
No,
her
don't
intro
update it. It's funny.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
It's funny. I can't believe you recorded that on a Tuesday with Scudder and you both went, yeah,
I
great,
think-
love it.
Yep, love it.
I'm going to go back to the first time we listened to that, and I'd love if someone can remember, because I don't remember the first time we had the intro, but it was one of the funniest moments. Like, just Liam stressing out when we corrected him when he was doing the intro to the podcast.
Yeah, I was like,
When he
oh,
goes, huh? What?
because I was like, yeah, so it's a Wednesday, and they're like, everyone was like, it's Tuesday, and I was
He was
like,
like, oh, I've got an intro.
I was having like an
Holy shit.
existential crisis. And I
Liam and I
knew,
looked at each other. We're like, oh dear, we know what's coming
in
up.
13 minutes, everyone's going to get it.
All right, we haven't done this for a while. I've been saying now for a few weeks. I've got one. I was very excited for it. Now, Newbin, you helped me with this. You messaged me today and you said,
Yeah, just
hey,
a reminder.
let's get this thing sorted so it's ready for the off-air pod, which I appreciate. Have you got it there? Otherwise, I can get it.
You sent it to me.
Was it the one that I sent or the
Do you
one
want to
you
use
sent?
their one or my one? It's up to you.
I think maybe mine, because mine has the words.
Can anyone do a reset on what the Brownlow is for anyone who hasn't listened to
So
it
the
before?
Brownlow is we pick a thing, and then we go around the room and everyone votes. They give it 1, 2, and 3 votes.
Yep.
And then whatever has the most votes at the end is declared the
Yeah,
Brownlow of that thing.
Okay, we can use yours.
Use mine. All right, I'm going to put it now into the group chat.
Suss out the Ben Liam and Belle Alpha Squad on Facebook to see this as well visually.
It
What did we
is.
do last week?
We didn't do it last
We
week.
didn't do it last week.
It is the
week before you did the
Brownlow
ice creams.
of video game consoles.
Ooh, and okay.
Okay.
Is that? Do I have to vote for things in the picture?
Uh,
That's what I said.
you know the rules. It's like if there's one on there you really want to vote for, you can vote for it.
Wow. So wait, Ben, did you make this?
No, I just reminded him to find a photo.
And I googled it, and this was the first one that came up on Google.
I
found a better photo,
So
but-
when you last week you're like, oh, I want to do it, but I don't know if I can make a graphic.
Yeah.
It turns out if you just Google it, oh, that's
It's a real
beautiful.
opportunity for either of us to go, yep.
Did you want me to go first? Because I know what my votes are.
Oh, whoa.
It's very pixelated.
Who's
ironically.
keeping
I
who's
can't
who's
bring
keeping track? Because I'm not.
I'm not going to do that.
Try not.
Shotgun up.
Sorry, I'm not.
Oh, shot
Play
not.
Belle.
All right,
Belle
Belle.
was literally
Yeah.
Sorry,
She's the only
Belle.
one with a laptop. I do other stuff.
Yeah.
There's no DS.
You can say, yeah, you can say.
There literally is a
no, there
DS bottom left.
Found
Yeah.
it, found it.
All right.
But there's
Belle?
no DSi XL.
Are you ready to go?
Hang on.
Yeah, where's the Dreamcast?
Oh,
on
what
this?
about the 3DS?
I'm pretty sure there are. Oh no, there isn't a Dreamcast.
What about a
like the
computer?
famous?
Would a computer be one?
No, it's not a game
No,
console.
no console.
Didn't think so.
You can play games on it.
Yeah, no, but you can play games on your
console.
phone. It's not a game console.
Ooh, phone?
No.
You can play games on
Nokia
it.
N-Gage.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah, no,
Snake.
I agree with
That was
that.
a console.
All right, Belle,
okay.
you ready to go to keep tallies? I genuinely, I find this really hard to try and pick
Thanks
just
for being honest, mate. We
3.
appreciate that.
Thank you. But for me, even though I said I found it hard, I do find it easy when I just go with my gut on this. I'm going to give 1 vote to the Nintendo 64. I feel like it's not the original Nintendo console, obviously, but it's just the one for me that was like the gateway into the Nintendo world. And then I'm going to back it up with another Nintendo console. I'm going to give it to Game Boy Color.
Ooh.
Because that was the thing that I think got me into gaming really because of Pokemon, and it was affordable because sometimes the consoles were more expensive and you could get a Game Boy Color for pretty cheap. And then 3 votes, I'm going to go the PS2.
There are so many goated games consoles. This is so
many.
hard.
PS2 as well because I'm a PlayStation fanatic. That's the console I love the most. If I had to look back at all the games I've played and all the memories I have of consoles, PS2 is the one.
A lot of memories.
It had the best when you put the CD in, and it would have those little green
Yeah,
blue lights.
yeah.
And it
then-
wouldn't tell you if it couldn't recognize the
Yeah.
disc for like 10 seconds, so you
Yeah.
sat there.
And
Waiting
not
for
everyone
it.
knows this. A lot of people who play video games do know this, but you guys might not. You know, you can play it laying down flat or up, so vertically, horizontally.
yeah.
What?
When you turn it up vertically, the little PlayStation logo is the wrong way. It twists.
change it,
You
yeah.
can change
Yeah,
it.
on the disc drive.
Yeah,
It's very satisfying.
Am I up now?
Yep,
Yeah,
you're up.
left
Great.
of the dealer.
I'm going to go 1 vote to the Xbox One because I currently own one. That's the only gaming console I own at the moment, and it's just to play Blu-rays on.
Respect.
Oh.
Sometimes cheaper than a Blu-ray player these
It
days.
actually is.
Yeah.
2 votes to the Nintendo Entertainment System, the original
Yeah,
NES.
the NES. Yeah.
We had one of them. We had Super Mario 1, 2, and 3.
You still got it?
I still got it. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's worth anything.
I'll buy it off you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's worth
Yeah.
something.
Oh, it's worth
$1 million.
so much, so much money. And 3 votes to the first gaming console I ever used, which was my neighbour's Sega Genesis.
Oh, good vote, Scott.
I forget Scudder was born in the Dark Ages, and he's like, which one's Pong on?
I lined up outside of Tandy for the Sega
Speaking to the
Genesis.
mic.
That's so funny as a sentence.
All right,
Tina.
Teen.
1 vote to the GameCube, Nintendo GameCube.
Nice.
2 for the Nintendo 64 was the first one, blah, blah, blah. 3, Game Boy Color.
Care more.
It was a handy one. I had Aladdin on it. It was a great game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hard game.
1 for the PS5. It's what I rock these days, or as I like to call it, the FIFA Ultimate Team machine. I'm going to give 2 votes to the 64. My cousins gave me their old one, and, you know, it's all the classics, isn't it? The big head James Bond comes to mind. GoldenEye, classic. And 3 votes. Couldn't agree more with you, Ben. Was it not? Oh, sorry, you shook your head, and I was like, was that on a different console?
No, I was just
No.
laughing.
Yeah.
The big head mode, James Bond, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
3 votes to the PS2. Your head goes for Simpsons Hit and Run. Just all that sort of like.
Also famously on Xbox and GameCube.
Yeah, but it's just what I played. You know what I mean? Like, I never had. I've had all the PlayStations, and I just wouldn't ever change. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
It weirds me out when people have Xbox. I'm just like, oh, you just grew up like a different
Yeah.
type of, person.
Yeah.
Good thing to judge someone on.
Okay, I'll go. I'm not a gamer at all. Like, I've never owned a console, except for the one I have currently, but I'll get into that.
Sorry.
Be
You
patient,
said you
Jack.
liked FIFA.
Yeah, I play on other people's in the past.
Bro,
I don't have one.
You said we should have a game, but if you don't have a console, you're going to get
Then
spanked.
it'll be embarrassing if you lost. So I'm going to give 1 point to the PSP, because I think all the kids at school were cool when they had it, and it came out, and I was like, whoa, it's getting smaller and it's more
actually-
fun.
That's so cool.
That's the one I wanted, but I didn't.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
was always
true.
like, if I'm going to start, that feels like a small one, I
Yep.
can bring it at home.
I was
and-
always jealous of people that had it. They had the
Yeah.
small discs that go in there.
Was that the first one that PlayStation had that was portable?
I think it's the only,
yeah.
isn't it the only thing they've had?
No, they had the PS Vita as well.
The PS Vita.
Vita,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
And then 2 points Nintendo Switch. I just feel like it's the only game console that I'd go around and that's fun to play with a bunch of people.
Yep.
It's just new and cool.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
Weirdly, both can be put in a pocket. And the 3 points to the PS4, which is the only PlayStation I've owned. And is it a PS4? Jack gave it to me. I'm pretty sure it's PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
So that's
Ben
what I'm
moved
giving it.
over here, and I was like, I want to play games with someone, and I
Bad idea.
didn't have. So I gave him my PlayStation. Play.
No.
That's what I'm giving it. It's the only one I know how to use.
All right. Last to go is Belle.
No.
He's not even doing a bit. He wasn't even doing a bit.
Bro.
No roll call.
Jack.
Jack's not. He's not been acknowledged in the roll call.
done
He's
here
not
today?
been acknowledged in the Brownlow votes.
It might
He
sound like
literally
I'm
just finished a sentence. He was like, you were looking at Jack and he finished talking. And you're like, cool, he's done. Now Belle is the last person to vote.
Can I just say,
I am out of your periphery.
you are.
Yeah.
That's why, and also I am genuinely excited for Jack's votes. Out of everybody in this room, I wanted to hear his more than anybody.
Okay, he's running backwards here.
I like the bit. I did throw. I apologize for throwing tissues at you.
It was near me, but not at me. It's okay. All right, Belle, go.
Area of effect.
All right, sorry, I'm frantically trying to do this while we've got time. All right, so 1
you're the
point
last
I'll be
one,
giving
go.
to the PlayStation 2 because I grew up with my brothers playing that and I just sit and watch. 2 votes to the Nintendo 64 because my best friend growing up had one, so we used to play on that. And then 3 votes to the one that was solely mine, which was my DS.
Nice. Shout out to Nintendogs.
Hell yeah!
And Animal Crossing.
Yes.
And the one where you just like, I think it was just came with the DS, where it's just you just draw on it.
Well, that was just in there.
That was
yeah,
in
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
My sister
Great.
loved that.
Brain training.
Yes.
Oh, Brain Training had that too.
That was a vibe. Picture chat. That's in our messaging, by the way. In our show messaging.
All right, Jack. Over to you.
Very hard for me. Yeah. I'm going to go 1 vote to the Nintendo Wii. I feel like that really brought gaming back to the masses. Everyone had a Wii, and everyone knows what it was. People still think every Nintendo is a Wii.
Well, Nintendo was kind of getting beaten in the console wars against heavily by PlayStation and by Microsoft,
Yeah.
and then they brought out the Wii and they crushed them.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the I don't think it's anymore, but it was at the time it was the highest selling console of all time.
Yeah. I'm going to give 2 votes to the Game Boy Advance. Specifically, if I were to give the votes, it would be to the SP, the folding one, because that was my first ever gaming console. A lot of memories on that. and it's been very hard to give out these 3 votes, but the 3 votes goes to the Xbox 360.
Whoa, I thought you were giving a nod to the GameCube.
No, the GameCube. It was so hard. The 360 was my console. Like that was
You a
that
Halo
was,
guy,
That
or-
was the console. Yeah, Halo guy. Call of Duty back in the day, but not anymore. Because I think I said it to someone, maybe you, Ben.
Me?
Call of Duty is kind of like the Big Bang Theory of video games.
Yes.
As in, it just doesn't die, it just keeps
well,
going? Or
it's
like...
kind of like it's your normie, like
It's always there.
I almost feel like it's Assassin's Creed.
yeah, I
opinion.
feel that. Or any other sports game, maybe not FIFA. But yeah, that was the console. This is really hard because I own most of these except for the Intellivision and the ColecoVision. But great list. Thank you for the brown.
Yeah, that's big stuff.
Yeah.
All
Let's get to the
right.
results.
Yeah.
So, coming in all with a tie of just 1 vote, we have the original Xbox, the GameCube, the PlayStation 5, the PSP, and the Wii. Coming in with just 2 votes, all tying, we have Nintendo and Nintendo Entertainment System.
The NES.
NES.
Yep.
Yep. Nintendo Switch and the Game Boy Advance. Now we're hitting the podium. All coming in 3rd place with 3 votes. The Xbox 360, the PS4, the Sega Genesis, and the DS.
Some big names on there.
This is a good one. This is a good brown line.
Coming in solo at number 2, place number 2, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes is the Game Boy Color.
Nice.
Hang on.
I'm confused.
Does that mean we have a tie?
Yeah, we'd have like a
Coming
6-way
in
tie.
in the first place, tying, just both tying, just 2 things tying in first place on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 votes each. The PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo 64.
Pretty good list.
Good console.
Now, in the actual Brownlow, when there's a tie, they both get one, right?
Yep.
So they both win Brownlow.
Yep.
When's that happen? When was
Has
the last
that
time that
happened
happened?
before?
Yeah, it happens, yeah.
What if we all
Yeah,
go
man,
round? I don't
Have
know.
we? Well, hang on. Has there been a Brownlow
think we
in
now
our version of
have
the
to-
Brownlow that has been a tie?
I would
I
Google
don't
it
think
now.
so.
I don't think so.
Well, no.
don't
What are you
think
talking about? Like actual AFL Brownlows?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was
Oh.
that famous 3-wayer in
Okay, yeah, no, I
2003.
definitely was wrong. No joint winners.
The Brownlow.
Since 2003.
Yeah, Michael Schutter, Adam
Ma-
Goods, Nathan Buckley.
Yep, three-way. Three-way.
Yeah, and
Free
that's when they
prior.
didn't used to get 7,000 votes. They all got like 18 votes or something.
So,
Did you-
but
did
do
you
we
s-
want to do it so that we all choose one to vote for and then see?
Or
Maybe it's the 64 and PlayStation 2 all in like one. You vote for both
Yeah,
of them.
but
Did you
then-
see what happened in the Ballon d'Or, the controversy?
No.
I did see that.
You see that? So,
Half the teams didn't rock up.
well, just one team.
Oh, Real
so
Madrid.
Vinny Jr. Was like a shoe-in for it, and then they found out he
is he
wasn't
the
going to
guy
win.
from The Condemned?
Vinny Jones.
Vinny Jones isn't currently
And
the best
she's the
player on
man.
the entire planet. No, Vinicius
played for
Jr.
Wimbledon.
He's a winger for Real Madrid. Anyway, they found out he wasn't coming, so they're like, well, none of us are coming. So then, like, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, like, some of the biggest
really?
players in the world, like Carlo Ancelotti, they all just like, nah, no one from the team's coming, even though they were up for, like, 5 or 6 awards, because Rodri won it from City. Yeah.
Wasn't there also a mishap with the translator wasn't working with one of the young guys that won an award, so he couldn't hear the English or like
really?
the Spanish translator in his ear, so he was just kind of standing on the thing like
It is such a funny, because it's such an international thing.
Yeah.
They're like, hello world. Like, it's
Yeah. Hello world.
Have you ever said...
This is me.
Now, I know this is, I think everyone's far past this podcast. We're probably going to get into the show.
Nah.
But have you ever heard the Eric Cantona acceptance speech before?
No.
Can we get that up, guys?
Oh, I mean,
Can you get that up for
Can
me?
you, so,
Jamie.
it's the most wild thing. Type in Eric Cantona speech. Now, he's a bit of a card French guy. He used to play for Man United back in the day.
Just to backtrack, are we just saying equal first?
Yeah, I think so.
Either equal first, I'm happy with that.
It's like 2003 in the Brownlow.
We
If there's a
post
three-way,
it,
there's a
we
three-way.
post it in the App Squad and people can vote and we
Nah.
can tally the votes up.
Nah, equal votes. I don't want anyone else voting. This room gets the votes.
It
Alright,
just
we'll go
means at the
equal.
end of the year, if we do our end of year Brownlow, there's
We've-
going to be 2 there.
Yeah, no. It's not 2 separate things you vote for. You don't either vote for the 64 or the PlayStation.
Right.
You vote for the 64 and the PlayStation.
Yeah.
As like the
I
gaming
agree.
consoles.
Yep, I agree with
Yeah.
that. All right, this is the Eric Cantona
Take
gives
us out, Eric.
bizarre speech. This will be the last thing we do, and then
Yeah,
we'll wrap
he's
it
just
up.
trying to accept an award, and he comes up and spills this.
Oh, he's
Okay.
a battle axe.
Hang on. Forgive me. I can't hear this. Oh, there we go.
If you're in
What's going on through your mind?
Oh, now I have to go back to the start of it. I'm sorry.
The recipient of the 2019 president.
Has Foxborough stopped recording?
Stop recording.
Jesus, far out, far out. How long ago?
Don't know. Just then, I think. Just. No, it was.
Leave the struggle. So what? Oh,
Accept an award, and he comes up and spills this.
he's a battle axe. Can everyone hear what you're replaying?
I think so.
Hell yeah, leaving it in.
All right, here we go.
To wanton. The recipient of the 2019 President's Award. What's going on through your mind right now?
As flies to wanton boys, we are for the gods. They kill us for the sport. Soon the science will not only be able to slow down the aging of the cells, soon the science will fix the cells to the state. And so we will become eternal. Only accidents, crimes, wars will still kill us. But unfortunately, crimes and wars will multiply. I love football.
Oh my God! When you're trying to reach the word count in an English assignment.
So he should just be like, thanks, guys.
Thanks
See
for
you,
the
John.
President's
See ya. He's like, Silas will multiply. and then it's
They
just
kill
like,
us for sport.
I love football.
I love football.
The thing that makes that so funny is if you're watching it, they're cutting to the players and they have no idea what's
Everyone
going on.
is
Why are they all
so
clones?
confused.
Yeah.
So we are for the gods.
They slaughter us for sport.
Catch you in tomorrow's for Wednesday. The thread has been posted, so get your
It's
quays
also
in.
been pinned, so no more threads to be posted. You
Yep.
just go back to the featured post if you want to quay or Snapchat us.
Nice.